Hi guys. I am Friday Trace. Guys, I am going to analyze Bitcoin now for you. We've been doing analysis since morning, and this is going to be a live chat. You can actually see my chart now. This is Bitcoin on a 1 hour time, 1 minute time frame. I'm going to go straight from here. I'll analyze from here, and then from here I'll move on. I'm going to tell you why I marked out these things and why the market is actually flowing in line with these my markings. These things are just precisions, and these things do not fail unless if you don't understand how the market is built. Coming from this perspective, this is an inversion fair value gap. This is a breakaway gap. Supposedly this is a breakaway gap. When the market is returning again, it will hold here. Let me mark it for you so that when it comes to that place, you see it and follow it up. This is an inversion fair value gap. If you look at this place, why is it an inversion fair value gap? You look at this gap here, there is a particular, after this candle you see another candle straight, then you see another candle, then the other candle that opened, you see that there is a gap in between them. What we call this is an inversion fair value gap. It becomes an inversion when the market returns to this place and inverts. Like, let me explain it. Let me show you what I mean by that statement. But for now, as far as the trend is still to the downward, it's a breakaway gap coming from here. This is an inversion, this gap here, but it will fail to become it will become, this is a breakaway gap, I mean, but it will become an inversion fair value gap once the market, after going down, this market is going down, Bitcoin will go down, nothing will stop it. I will analyze and then come up with my analysis for you. Then why, when it becomes an inversion fair value gap, is when you have something like this, and the market will have to go down. This is an array, this is a volume imbalance, that is why I marked out this place. Then if you flip it on the other side, this is an inversion where the code switched. This is beyond what I can do for a free class, but then I am doing it for some of my students who are following this live market. We discussed that I am going to be doing a live class for you, analyzing the market, why it is going. This is a volume imbalance. Why is it a volume imbalance? If you look at this place, you see that there is a gap. There is a gap between these candles, and if you come to this particular place, you have a mitigation gap. This is a mitigation range. This is where the code is telling you that it is switching. It is switching up. Look at the speed at which the market is coming down. Nothing will stop it. Watch my markups, it will come straight to this particular point. You can actually see how the market is obeying my markings. These are the things I marked before now. I see it from another angle. If you don't see it from my perspective, you try and get it. So when, after coming to this particular place, you see something like this is what we are expecting in the market. This is what we are expecting. We are expecting something like this. Then the market will have to switch again. You have a movement up. The market will move up, come to this particular place, come here and form a wick. Then you begin to have a top, you begin to have another top. That is liquidity. Then the market will go down again. It will have to go down. It will have to go down. Nothing will stop it, because you have liquidity here. You have a double bottom. This is bottom. This is bottom. This is liquidity. They will come and smash it. And you have another volume imbalance here. This is a volume imbalance. This is where the market is coming. So Bitcoin will come down on a short-term trend. Bitcoin will come down to $104,300. That is where it will stop. After coming to this place, then you begin to target. After coming to this place, you begin to target this liquidity up here. Then this becomes a level 2 trade. It will become a level 2 trade. This will become level 1 on a shorter trend. I am telling you what will happen now. Then after coming down to this place, you have something like this, because you have a break, you have another block here. Look at another block. This is another block. This is another block 1. This is another block 1, 2 is another block. This is another block. And the market is showing you these arrays are printed. The market will be printing these arrays. Now you have a measuring gap. We call this a measuring gap. This gap is a measuring gap. This gap is a measuring gap. We call it a measuring gap because it is the range at which you can measure where the market is going. From here to here, you have a measuring gap. From here, this is a measuring gap. Forget the size. The size doesn't count. So if you want to know where this market is going, you bring your rectangle, place from here. We use the top. Hold on. We use the top. I may not be correct with my arrangement, my measurements, but then You can do it your own way. Use this and use this, just make sure like this. You see that some of these things will fall in place automatically. Use this. This is hold on, there's something I'm not getting. Yeah, let me delete this one. Let me delete this and come up with something like this. You see that it will fall in place exactly. Nothing will stop it. Have you seen what I'm saying? You see that this goes with precision. It doesn't fail. You see that it came down to this place. But at this particular point you begin to see a manipulation. Is a manipulation, either a weak candle that will come down to this place to mitigate this. This is a volume imbalance. It has to be filled. It has to be filled on a 1 hour, on a 1 minute time frame. That is what you are expecting in that place. So after it gets to that particular point, after it gets to this particular point, this is where the main movement will come from here. From this particular range now, you see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. Just with speed. You see volume will come in. That time this volume here will begin to increase. It will increase in size when the market comes to this particular place. Just be watching. So that is how it is done. Then after that particular point, we come to this volume imbalance here. We attack this volume imbalance here. This is a breakaway gap. We attack it. After attacking it, if the market holds to this inside this place, you see a consolidation somewhere here. The market will have to consolidate somewhere here. After consolidating, you see a movement like this, it will go up. The movement will be very, very erratic. Like it will move very fast because they have traders here that they have trapped here. Retail traders that they have actually trapped in this place. They don't want you to close your order. Those who thought that the market will still be going down, because there are people who will see that the market is going down like this, they will just FOMO in and say, hey, Bitcoin is going down, they will sell. They want you to sell your market. You sell to them at a cheaper rate. They will buy from you and sell it high. That is the psychology of what they are doing. So coming down to this particular place, you see something like this. When just be watching this market that is flowing with this order flow. How I mark these things. That's how it is done. That's how the market flows. So let's watch this. I may return back to this, or I may just leave it. I will return back in the second phase of this class. But then there are things that are beyond this class that I may not want to explain here. It's a public class. I'm going to post this on my YouTube. So if you have any question, you can chat me. If you are in my Discord, you can chat me up and get answers to what you actually want to find out from me. But this is another block. This is another block for me. This 1, 2, this is another block. This place is another block for me. So I have a measuring gap here. That's my measuring gap. This is a breakaway gap. This is another block for me. Then I will expect a manipulation. This manipulation will manipulate down and come down to this place. As it is manipulating, once it manipulates, you are going to see what I'm explaining to you now. It will manipulate and come down. Once it comes down to this particular place, you see a movement coming up to offer liquidity here. It will become a double top. 1, 2. Recall that you have an M here. This is an M. This is an N pattern. This M shows you that this is the level 2 trade. The market will still have to move up again. Move once it comes to this particular, within this region. Once it comes to this region, so we are watching this market from here. We see the footprints. As if the market wants to go up, there are things that the market will have to do. Meanwhile, this is a full manipulation. This is a manipulation all through. This is a manipulation. This is actually showing you that look at this. They are telling you look at this. They are interested in this particular range. That is their expression. That is what they are telling you. But you don't come into this blindly. You come with certain data. You have certain data with you. Those data are result of, like what we do in the market. We say we use previous results to predict or even analyze to predict the future results. That is analyzing previous results to predict the future reports. So that is what we do here, but we do it based on certain considerations, certain logics that are almost proven. Those logics, backtest them for some time, then follow them up, have the data that you use, the data you have collected already, and work with it. So I think we'll be waiting to see what will happen in the markets. I'm going to be returning back to come for the second aspect when we'll be analyzing as the market is producing these areas. We'll be watching the markets and then we'll move on from there. If you like what I'm actually doing on this particular side of the divide, you can give this video a thumbs up, hit the notification button, subscribe to my channel of Friday Trades, so that it will help the algorithm to be sharing, to be showcasing these videos to others, so that others can learn too. I love you. I want you to succeed. I'm coming back for the